How persuasive are you? You're about to find out. This is Roberto Monaco, co-founder of InfluenceOlogy, and I want to invite you to do a quick exercise with me. If you can, go ahead, get a pen and paper real quick. If you can't because you're working out, you're driving, or maybe you're watching this video in your smartphone and you can't get a pen and paper right now, that's okay. Do the best you can to follow along, but make sure in the evening you stop and you do this exercise because it's going to really help you out with your presentation skills. I call this exercise the wheel of persuasive presentation, and the reason I developed this is because in my career I have done over 3,100 live presentations. I spent thousands of hours coaching CEOs, entrepreneurs, executives on their presentation skills, and I realized that the best presenters, the best influencers always focus on 8 areas to make sure their presentation is awesome and the message comes with influence, energy, and power. Not only I want you to learn these 8 areas, but also to rate yourself so that in the end of this video, you know each areas you have to focus on and improve to take your game to the next level. So let's do this exercise with me right now. So here's the exercise. The first thing you do, you draw a circle like that. As you can see, I have some great drawing skills. Then the next thing I want you guys to do is divide the circle, this pie, in 8 areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then in a moment, I'll be asking you guys to rate yourself on a scale from 0 in the center to 10 in the 8 areas we'll be talking about. Originally, this exercise was done in life coaching, and now I'm using this tool and apply it to persuasive presentations. So the first area is this, passion. How much passion do you have about your topic, about your message? What I realized after 10 years that the most successful presenters influencers, they have this strong passion about their message. It's really important to them. So just rate yourself, imagine you have a 5 here. So if you're very passionate, put a 10. If you're okay, a 5. If you don't have passion about your message, you just do because you have to pay the bills, put a 0. So I'm gonna put a dot here. Now the second area is confidence. What I found is that you can have a lot of passion, but when it comes to do presentations in front of like 1,000 people or record videos or do a media interview, some people, they can be very passionate about their topic, they don't have confidence. How confident are you about your message? So if you don't have confidence at all when presenting to groups or doing videos or webinars, put a 0. If you're extremely confident, put a 10 here. If you're not, or can put a 5 in the middle. The third area is this one, audience knowledge. Every single time you present, your audience is different. So do you have a process in place to understand what's important to them, their values, what their outcomes, what are their pains, what are their goals? Or you don't have a process and try to figure out in a moment about to present. So it's very important. What I found the most successful people, they have a process to really understand their audience so they can customize the message. So let's say 5 is here, maybe you can put a 7, a 10, maybe a 0, I don't know if you have a process. So just rate yourself from 0 to 10, where are you with audience knowledge? I'm gonna, just for illustration purposes here, I'm gonna put here around 3 or 4. The fourth area is product or service knowledge, which I found crazy that most professionals, they don't spend a lot of time developing their careers. Just because they've been doing the business for 2, 3, 10, 15 years, they stop studying. I have been studying public speaking and practicing public speaking, teaching for 10 years now. I have over 400 books on the subject, and every single time I get a new book, I always learn something. So how much time and energy out of your day you spend learning, not doing, but learning about your craft. If you don't learn much about your craft, or you don't take classes, maybe put a 0 or maybe a 4 or 5. If you're always learning new ideas and strategies about your product or service, then put a 10. The fifth area is this, presentation structure. What I realize is that the best influencers, presenters, They know how to organize their presentations. Regardless if it is one-on-one, a video, webinar, or talk, most people, they just go in and they wing it. Right? They don't have a system in place. And what I found the best people they do, when it comes to presentation structures, we teach that every presentation has to have an opening, a pre-frame, how you position your message, a body, the major parts of your talk, a pre-close, how you overcome objections, and how you organize your offer, and the call to action, what do you know audience do next. So where are you when it comes to organizing your presentations? 0, you have a structure, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, a 5, or 0 if you don't have it. So let's put it here. Another great important area when it comes to persuasive presentations, this one, stories, or storytelling, or story selling. Extremely important, because stories is how you communicate, it's how you consume information. What I found is that successful influencers, they have a set of stories, 10, 15 stories, and they use the stories over and over and over. So if they're speaking to a client one-on-one, they have 2 or 3 stories. If they're doing a presentation in front of 50 people, they have 2 or 3 stories. And the stories always work because they practice, they rehearse, and they experience many times, and they see that every single time they tell a story, they get the audience to react. So are you organized with your stories? Do you have a story database or don't? If you do, 10. If you sometimes tell stories, 5. If you don't have it, you don't know what I'm talking about, put a 0 here. Another important area in persuasive presentation is presentation delivery. There are things like body language, eye contact, energy level, pauses, filler words like ums and ahs and right. Where are you with your delivery information? Are you level 10, maybe a 5, maybe a 0? Just rate yourself real quick. I'm gonna put here, in my example here, let's say a 9. And the last piece here for our model is influence strategies. Influence strategies. These are things like strategies. Things like the law of commitment consistency, the law of contrast, embedded commands, how to monetize your offer, how to talk when you talk about the 3 different types of benefits: financial benefits, emotional benefits, strategic benefits. You also talk about emotional pain, financial pain, and strategic pain. If you're clear about the influence strategies and how to use in a presentation, put a 10. If you don't know what I'm talking about, put a 0. If you're on an average, say a 5. So in my example here, I'm going to put a level 5. Now, once you rate yourself, friends, I want you to connect the dots like this, like I'm doing. And now you're going to have this weird figure here, this weird shape. And a metaphor or a question that you use in coaching, life coaching, is this. If this figure here were to be the wheel of your car, the wheel of your bike, what kind of ride are you going to have this year? The same thing applies to us here. If this is your presentation, what kind of results you're going to get? That's why sometimes most of us, we get some good results one week, then next week we don't have that great results because we are very good in one area, for example, confidence, or you're good in delivery, but you're not good in product knowledge or structure. So the reason I developed this is for you to know and become aware of the areas that you're not as strong. So make a commitment today to start improving these areas, and eventually you want to take every single area here to level 9 and 10 and keep improving your game. I hope you enjoyed this exercise. Now you know which areas you have to focus on to increase, to enhance presentation skills. For more information on how we can help you, just go to www.influenceology.com. Feel free to share this video with your friends. And remember this exercise was an awareness exercise, but awareness for most of us does not change the situation. Action does. So take action today and start working in your presentation skills so that you can make more money, help more people, and create a legacy in your work, in your industry.